obsessed with this game I am. It's so good. I literally couldn't wait a week to play more of it because it's just that good.
Yeah, I'm feral.
Yeah, I literally yes, feral for this game. That I don't know what else to tell you. This game is freaking amazing. It's so done. The casting is fantastic. I can't. There's nothing more to say. It's perfect. Okay, but I want to get into it because I could theoretically finish this game in the first one.
Apollo, always so dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
Oh, okay. For a second I wasn't sure if it remembered everything we did, but we did. Okay, cool. Hey Rainy, hey Zatara, welcome. I'm excited. It's also still very hot here today. It's not as hot as 40 like it was yesterday, but it's still cooking today, so I'm got the lights down low to hopefully you can still see me, but I'm not like in the dark.
Yeah.
Did I do the right thing?
Still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's.
That's true.
Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now. Whether she uses it, we'll see. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
It's hotter here than what it was yesterday. Honestly, I think it was supposed to be just as hot here as it was yesterday, but then we got this massive thunderstorm last night. Like, deafening thunderstorm. The rain was so heavy and loud, and then it, like, drenched everything, and I think that kind of reset the weather a little bit here. Do you remember?
Do you remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names.
Chastity.
I remember being disgusted I was ever that weak. Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away. We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
You're like, do I flirt though?
I'm Act 2. I should be more committal by now, but I haven't enough time with my girlfriend yet to do anything about it. God fucking damn it.
Do you? I think that we should try to make a choice.
Yeah.
Because if you flirt with everybody too much,
I'm gonna get punished.
I feel like you won't end up with anyone.
Yeah, I'll get punished.
You're gonna be just like playing the field and won't have like that true love ending. So you kind of either need to decide if you want to romance her now or if you want to go for Freddy.
Evens Persephone, odds Freddy. My gut's saying Freddy.
Okay.
I did the thing where I called it and then I rolled it and I got a result and that told me what I wanted to do. Thanks for the advice.
Okay, yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
At any rate, you have
Hey,
a
Elspeth.
name.
Welcome.
MEDUSA. Hadn't occurred to me, honestly. She was always Athena's creature. I'd never pegged her as potentially disobedient. I'll see if I can track down her whereabouts. In the meantime, Grace, do be careful.
So Medusa is supposed to be,
We learned that last time, that like Medusa works for Athena as like a secret little spy.
But I was gonna say Medusa's supposed to be
sneaky little snake.
I was gonna say Medusa's voice actor, is supposed to be Anjali Bhimani, who is Symmetra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm already hungry. I'm so hungry.
I can talk to Freddy.
You can talk to Freddy. Now you can go make out with her.
Yeah. This is all I wanted to do.
Hey,
Thanks for
hey.
I'm leaving
So
today.
what's the news, Miss Muse? Miss Muse.
I made the right call.
Miss Muse.
Does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having.
I love her.
Well, I
To stop the goddess of love from killing herself, I guess?
Whoa. Do gods have interventions?
I reminded myself last night when I went to start the stream what I was going to say at the beginning of the stream. Then I forgot. This is your current reminder if you're watching this in the YouTube video. As previously mentioned, there are some pretty intense topics in this game. If you don't want to watch those topics, that's fine. We can skip through them. There's a scrolly bar for you there for when you need to know those things. That being said, there are things that include this game, including violence and guns, and suicide is a topic that we have just discussed. So please be mindful of that going forward. Thank you.
And just general sad.
Yeah, there's some pretty intense plot here. But that being said, the game is worthwhile if you're willing to sit through it. So please, take care. But be mindful of yourself.
You know, they're nothing like I thought they would be. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Oh, I can ask you a question. Sweet. How are Kaz and Brian?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Uh-oh.
Then where is Kaz Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
Oh, wait, that's so good. I love that.
They're like secretly dating, but they don't want to tell their bandmates.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's
Should
so
really
cute.
apologize
You should write that
about
down.
the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know
love
what
her.
I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it, and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
I love
Look,
it.
Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
I love her so much.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's gotta be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Ooh. Ask about
Interesting.
Apollo.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Okay. Then let's ask about
Do you know
Calliope.
anything about the muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9. Though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
That makes sense for
Wow.
my singing
I
style.
don't even like
now.
poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
Eh.
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so that's that.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, let's ask about Athena next,
What
because
about
that's going to be
Athena?
coming up.
Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge, Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess.
Right, we knew that.
She was also the goddess of
I know
heroes.
that.
There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, I guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. That's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then.
Okay. Let's ask about Persephone next.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
So clearly we're doing 4 run-throughs of this game so we can romance each of the characters once. God damn.
Yes.
Okay, time to ask about Pan.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping.
Sorry, every time she goes to this pose, I get tickled. They're just like lustfulness and earthiness. Like, I love this like vibe. Also, the general aesthetic is banger.
Oh yeah,
Nymphs
she's
in
great.
the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil.
With
Weirdly,
the devil.
He's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why.
Huh.
Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him.
Will do.
Oh my god.
Ask about
Just
the
how
idols.
many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I
Ooh.
sort of assumed it was...
Yo, Katie.
What?
I just had a thought.
What?
I can't say it out loud.
What?
It's about
Which? Is it about our secret?
yeah.
Ooh.
That's an interesting thought I just had, and I had to put that out there because of the conversation.
I guess in theory that would logically make sense with what
Yeah.
we've done because of the
Yeah, and listen, we're great. Don't worry. Okay.
I love that
Anyways.
you probably know exactly what I meant.
Yep.
related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone.
Yeah,
Makes
I
you
was
think about
wondering
what's
that.
been lost,
Yeah.
but also what might still be out there.
I'm wondering if the Olympians just aren't here, or Zeus is like is back in Europe. 'Cause
Or if there's something happening to them right now that we don't know about behind the scenes.
yeah, there's also this definition of defining of like coming to a new world, and I'm wondering if that's defined as like them
Yeah.
coming to our world, or if it's defined as them coming to North America.
Because they also keep talking about like a big war as well, and like they escaped the war to the new world.
Yes, and I'm assuming that was World War II, because they in Aphrodite's song she talked about bombs raining down. This could have been several
Yeah.
different instances of locations in World War II.
Yeah, I had slight World War II vibes during that, but I also wasn't.
Also, Ares is gone too, and I'm wondering if that was also part of World War II. I wonder if the Olympians, just because they were too strong, all invested their time in World War II to make sure that they wouldn't end the world, and then they were like, yeah, we gotta either chill here or dead.
Yeah.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know?
Love
Then
that.
there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere, and no one would know.
It's like a whole
love this
other
game so
secret
much.
side to the
I love this game so much.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
It's really inspiring for.
I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
I love her. I love her so much. Oh, I love that she wants to meet Lakshmi.
Great.
That's so good. Me sitting here like, raw, hit me up. Like, let's go.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
That's true.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Have the idols
You know
stayed
what I
secret?
find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the
That's true.
headline. Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I wonder if we need to check out some old conspiracy websites to maybe
Okay,
get
that's
some
enough questions for
information.
now.
Yeah.
Sure, I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
I love Freddy. I love Freddy so much. I think we made the right
Yeah.
choice. I think we made the right choice. It's also still.
I think for the sensitive version, I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
I feel like angry version goes with Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
Just two angry bitches.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Persephone has any more information for me now because we talked to Freddy. I'm just curious.
Yeah. I like how this game does that, where you
You've
can, like,
returned.
bring
I'm glad.
context.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, I've had time to do some thinking.
Oh?
After Aphrodite's party, we never really spoke about the Eidolon and Calliope's memories. No doubt you have many questions.
I
Apollo
do.
told me a little about it. He did say I should talk to you, though.
Did he now? Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Well, I feel different as
When
I
all
change.
these memories start to return, will I feel different?
First, you'll have dreams. Places you've never been, people you've never met. But unlike with normal dreams, these will linger. Then they will come while you're awake. Sudden flashes or snippets of déjà vu. And sometimes it will seem so real you'll swear you're hallucinating. If there's anything difficult about the process, is that it becomes hard to differentiate between your life and all these other lives you're now recalling.
It does sound confusing.
Confusing and often unpleasant, as not all the memories will be fond ones. But that will pass in time.
Well, I still remember my
You
own
said
life.
it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Oh, how do I explain this? Grace, would you say that you are who you are because of your experiences? The things you've lived and done?
That makes sense.
I guess so, sure.
Well, all the things Calliope has done, and those before her, will now be yours. They will feel like a part of your life as well. Thus, they can't help but shape you. The Grace that is now will be and will have done so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, you don't have to deal with every memory. Each time the Eidolon passes on, the oldest memories fade, and that helps.
How is fading memories a
Wait,
good thing?
how is it good that old memories start to fade?
Think of how old we are, Grace. If all those memories returned to you with perfect clarity, they would destroy you.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Well, far more than we remember. The further I think back, the more it becomes a bit of a blur, actually. You'll recall important moments. Some will be mixed up with the stories mortals tell, and you won't be sure which is the memory and which is the story. An idol's memory is a series of islands in a dark ocean, and they become smaller and smaller as they recede into the horizon.
Interesting.
It sounds dire, but you become accustomed to it. It just takes time. And now you have all the time in the world.
Right, because I'm immortal? How many times have
How
you
many
died?
times have you died? Can I ask that?
We call it passing on. I've lost track of just how many times I've passed on my eidolon. A dozen? It's happened less often in more recent eras.
And the one you told me about, the woman married to that gangster, she was the most recent?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of Chastity as a she. That was me. Just as the one my husband blasted with a shotgun was also me. It was one of the few times I wasn't able to prepare my successor. We were friends, yes, but I didn't know what Persephone was, and I had no idea what I'd just become.
Right.
That must have been difficult.
It was more difficult taking over my dead husband's territory. Women weren't often mobsters in those days.
God, that's so cool. I think it's very similar to what I think maybe Calliope saw something in us in that opening song and wanted to prepare us, but then didn't have time because whoever killed her way too quickly.
Yeah, well, that's what the understanding that I have of it is, that like Calliope was like scouting you out, kind of like how Aphrodite has Venus,
and we
like,
know that Chastity was hers.
Yeah, so it's like she saw you and was like, ooh, I want this one, but then she got attacked and she was like, fuck, well, the person I picked doesn't know that I picked her yet, but I have to go to her.
Yeah, because if I die, I need it to be her. Like, that's the vibe.
Yeah, and not somebody else, not whoever's trying to kill me. Like, that's why I kind of wonder if whoever killed her might be a mortal who was trying to
take the power. Yeah. I feel like that might just be too simple of a solution, though, to this game. This game is very smart.
I think it's part of it.
Yeah. 100%.
Were you really a gangster? I've heard it said, but it sounds...
Let me put it this way. I felt as if I'd been blessed by a dying woman who saved me from a prison of my own making.
That sounds
I didn't know what it was, but I was free. I felt more alive than I'd ever felt before, and strong enough to toss an ox 10 feet. Did I set out to become a mobster? Not exactly. My husband's friends thought I'd murdered him, however, so they came after me. And one thing led to another.
Oh, I see.
Love her
Athena
so much.
found me just as my memories were starting to return. I wasn't permitted to continue doing...
Katie, you should use her as an inspiration for your character.
For who?
Your Killian's Fang.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Anyways.
Something so noticeable, so I was carted off to Olympus. It's too bad, really. I was an excellent mobster.
Is it possible to die
Wait,
forever?
you said that Persephone passed on her eidolon as she lay dying. What if she had just died?
The eidolon will keep us alive for a time, even in the most horrific circumstances, in hopes that there's someone to pass it on to.
What if there isn't? What if Chastity had died before you were shot?
Well, then the line of Persephone would have ended then and there. Oh, there are some stories that say an eidolon will go wandering, that it never really dies. And who knows if there's any truth to that.
Interesting.
It's not exactly something we've had the opportunity to study. All we know is that many idols have left us forever. They've died, and that's how it happens.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Either the trial will end poorly, in which case all of this is moot, or it will end well, and you will have plenty of time to digest.
Yeah, thanks for the update.
I'm a realist, Grace. It's what I'm best at.
I missed what she just
Now
said
then,
there.
unless you've something else to ask.
Unless there's something else to ask. Opens the bridge of everything else to ask.
Yep.
But the concept of maybe that Eidolons wander, it could be the result that maybe someone like Ares or Zeus, who we don't perceive as a player, could still be a part of all this, because maybe they found a body that they were able to become a part of.
Yeah.
Because of XYZ reason. That could be something interesting. Maybe this is Ares, and he's just fucking getting revenge for everything that happened back in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Or hell, Hades, because Hades doesn't like her. We know that much.
Well, Hades, she supposedly killed.
Yes, that's true. She did supposedly kill, but then, like, did he have a chance to pass on his Eidolon? Probably not.
Well, why would it have been such a big deal?
That's true.
Because, like, the rules that exist today exist because
She did that.
of her murdering Hades. I feel like they wouldn't build rules
Around that foundation if it wasn't significant.
if he just, like, passed on to someone and was, like, alive and kicking.
Yeah. It's very,
It
very
feels
true.
like that would undermine her whole story.
Yeah, very true, very true. Okay, I want to learn more about Calliope then.
Yes.
Actually, let me run an ad. I'll be, like, back in 2 seconds.
Oh, I want to go pee, so.
Yeah, okay, I'll be back in, like, 2 seconds, chat. Where do I run an ad? How do I run an ad? 6-second ad. Go, 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 go. Okay, BRB. You're not missing anything, I promise. Okay. I'm here. I have food. We're good.
Would it be unreasonable of me to get delivery?
Don't look at stream. Yes.
Wait. What do you mean don't look at stream? Do you have delivery?
Yes.
What?
I didn't know it was happening. My mom asked me if
Oh
I'd...
my
'cause my mom walked
God.
in earlier and asked if I had cash, and I went, no, I don't know. And then she walked in with pad thai later, and I was like, oh.
Wow. How rude. I guess I'm gonna try and order delivery and hopefully it's not too late
No.
in the day.
That being said, tell me more about
Tell me
Calliope.
more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
We were.
And
And if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Cleo, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they were someone else. I mean, Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such a stupid name.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently.
Interesting.
Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
if you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
She sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before.
Okay.
Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Wow.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who had mastered it.
Nailed it. Okay, so now we know that.
What can I say? I mean,
Now we also know that they were living on Olympus and that they came to the new world, as in they left Olympus to come here.
Yeah.
Okay. More information.
I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in. Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, I made taking her in all the sweeter.
Okay.
After you took Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
Well, no, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope entertained here for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, well, we warmed up to each other eventually. She was more capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
Oh, then you didn't really meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything, as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment.
This sounds a lot like everything Athena would dislike in a person. Just saying.
She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
One of them was, though not like you think. The day we were to leave on the ship, Talia simply never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never heard from her again. Apollo thrashed about in mourning, but Talia had been fading away for years. It wasn't a surprise to the rest of us.
What about the other muse? Cleo.
Died long before. A victim at the hands of a mortal man, when she no longer possessed the power to bedazzle him. As I understand it, he kept her in a cage as a pet until her eidolon shriveled up and perished. He was dead before she was.
Ugh, that's pretty dark.
Yes, well, we come by our wariness of mortals honestly, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
about
like
the other
to know
idols?
a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
What constitutes a little more in this instance?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows. I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. Was there something before her? How did she get her eidolon? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in the...
Sorry. How did you get her idol on?
Nah.
Thought that was funny.
those early days, or were forbidden to. And our memories only stretch back so far. Anything beyond that simply isn't.
Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Gods are okay, but aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember after Rome was 1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed. Athena calls
That's
that
weird.
period the gap. That's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
That is very suspect.
Yeah, that's super, super weird.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery, near Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the gap was wiped away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
Yeah.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those idols who remained. Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. So, quick recap from yesterday, from last episode. We saved Aphrodite, and now we've all we've done since then is I've done the food. I'm assuming you want Vulpix or the bear, but the idea basically we went and we talked to best friend, and then we're talking to Persephone, and that's literally it. Bear.
We're just getting a bunch of info.
Yeah, we're getting our lore dumped for the day.
Yeah. We've learned that there's a massive gap in the memory of all of the idols. It's like
Yeah.
they were suddenly fleeing Rome because it had fallen, and then, oh, hey, it's 1,000 years later and you don't remember anything.
This is tricky because I'm trying to eat right now, and so having this bear in my head is gonna be very difficult. You put a hat on, that might help.
You gotta get Velcro. You gotta get like a Velcro strip, like a hat with Velcro on it, like a specific Velcro hat for stream.
Yeah. Well, I have
And then you
several
can
hats
just,
I
like-
wear.
slap your plushies on it, and then they'll stay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hope that balances, and it doesn't. I might have to give you back your redeem so I can eat, and then we'll do this. We'll do this later. I'm gonna do this afterwards. Redeem me again later. I'm going to refund points back, and then we're going to complete all. Okay, I'm gonna give you back your points for now because I'm eating and I don't know if I can actually balance that on my head while I'm trying to eat. Tell me more about this war.
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
That's putting it mildly.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
Honestly, after my mother was murdered, I barely remember.
Your mother?
Her name was Demeter. Not truly my mother, but an idol who had always cared for me since the early days. I thought we'd be together forever. Then Ares brought those filthy bastards down on us. Demeter was slain by bullets. By bullets. Until that day, I had believed we were untouchable.
I'm confused about the timeline. Because they keep saying that the war had bullets and bombs, but then they also say that... I thought she was implying earlier in this discussion that the war was Rome falling.
No, there's two wars. There was
Okay,
Rome,
there's two.
there's the
when
Rome
Rome
War.
falls, and then there's basically what we think is World War II.
What we think is World War II because she got reborn in the 50s, which makes sense timeline-wise.
Yeah. Okay.
We're thinking it's World War II, or at least part of World War II, because that's when, like, bombs, like, to that degree were really invented. World War I was still pretty... Like, World War II was very devastating because it just had so much more technology going on with it. And it had to have been after World War II or during World War II. And it sounds like the war took place on Olympus. That Ares... So, this is something that I wasn't sure about, but it sounds like Ares brought people to Olympus to kill people. To kill the people.
Because from Aphrodite's song, it sounded like she was saying that he did it because he is, like, war obsessed, being a war god, and was, like, itching for a fight, and he was like, ooh, I'm gonna do this. But who knows if that was the actual motivation.
Also, I was gonna say, to answer Lindy's question, I was gonna say quickly, my mom got Thai. I don't know exactly what Thai I'm eating, but it's Thai food.
You just got surprised. Slurptized.
I don't know if that's the right one. Okay. I'm gonna say, why did Ares do it?
Why would Ares do that? Did he get anything out of it in the end, or...?
What he got was a final death. A few of us hunted him down and made sure he paid for his betrayal. He choked on his own blood. As for why he did it, who knows? He thought us a lost cause. He wanted glory. He wanted more than we had, living in secret. After that, I don't know. We went from hiding place to hiding place. I didn't even know what Hephaestus had done for us when I found myself on a boat. We might have been gods once, but after the war, we were just refugees, like so many others, fleeing to a distant land.
Interesting. So, it sounds like Ares, while being a dick about the whole situation and literally causing a war with the other pantheon, he still was against the idea of them staying in hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of good Then he was just telling me about another game called We Happy Few.
Oh yeah, I have that on my wish list. I've wanted to play it.
Oh.
I've followed it a lot back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool game. That would be a fun thing to stream.
Yep. 1 second. I need to steal
Who you stealing?
I'm stealing paper towel. That's all I did.
Wow, thievery, deceit.
Cool. She doesn't own the game. She wants to get the game. It's on her wish list.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. I watched a lot of YouTubers play the early access stuff. But I haven't experienced or watched or played the game. Like the full game.
What was I gonna say? One of my favorite comic books I ever read when I was a kid was this variant story on Star Wars where Luke missed the shot to kill the Death Star in Episode 4, and it was a really cool like side grade story where they won the war and the rebels were fighting, and then Leia ended up becoming a Sith Lord. And it ends the same way more or less, but it was a really cool take on the way the story could have gone. Oh, do you want the DLCs as well? I assume she would.
Maybe. Who's asking?
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't the place that was hard, it was the fear. We knew we were vulnerable. We knew mortals could and would kill us. Suddenly, there were rules. You know, we had to be secret. We had to stay close together. We huddled in the shadows and quaked each time the mortals so much as breathed in our direction. We couldn't all live that way. Some of us drifted away, faded into the night without so much as an explanation. That's what's been the hard part. Our inevitable decline in a place where we don't belong. We can pass on our eidolons as often as we like, but it will never truly be home.
Well, I've been avoiding it. Tell me about Hades.
Are you willing to talk about Hades? If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just
Incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband.
that. Yeah.
You know, one might think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me. He had a presence. I mean, one that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way.
What a line.
For centuries, I actually thought I was in love. That the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yep.
It's funny how our perspectives change.
Sorry. Just a very briefest of shoutouts to Mary Elizabeth McGlynn for killing it with his voice. Like,
Oh yeah.
she feels so.
Love it.
Her ability to make the lines feel more. Sometimes when you watch anime, you hear the lines, the individual lines. The way that she makes the characters' dialogue flow like a full conversation. It's literally musical the way they speak in of itself as well. Super, super well done.
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up. I was a trophy for Hades. A conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small. I slowly realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
And that's when you killed him?
That's when I killed him, yes. The first time one idol had ever murdered another.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pride.
You were punished for killing
I'm
Hades.
guessing the other idols weren't thrilled with you killing Hades.
Well, yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost. You see, this was before the war and before all the new rules. The chorus had never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder, and stripped the throne I had wrested from his grasp.
Which you weren't happy about.
Probably not.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No. I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
Just preach. Honestly, fantastic.
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of merriment.
There has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s, I assure you. But he didn't know how to run a business. By the time disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club.
Yeah.
So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow.
Works.
I was successful. The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying me.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah.
Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
So what's the deal with you and
What's
Apollo?
the deal between you and Apollo? The way you two fight.
I've told you how he and the other idols stood by and let me rot with Hades, did I not?
It seems more personal than that.
Okay, there's an old saying that no one escapes the underworld. But that's not true. I did. Once. Not long after Hades kidnapped me. I was homesick, and I missed my mother.
Here it comes.
Caron took pity on me and allowed me across the Styx.
Okay.
And after that, Grace, I waded through darkness itself to get out of there. Hades chased after me relentlessly, but I evaded him, right up until I got to the very slopes of Olympus. And who do you suppose was the first idol I met?
Oh.
Apollo stood there. I cried out to him, begging him not to let Hades take me, and yet Apollo did as he has always done. Absolutely nothing. Hades was thrilled, and I knew then and there I could never rely on my so-called family for anything, ever again.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Oh yes, that's where I'll be, around.
Okay. Look where it is.
She really got fucked up.
Yeah. Library, here we... That's a Not a library. That is literally a shipping container. Oh, hello.
Oh,
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
Instead, we have. Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
That's what I thought. Why are you here?
I guess she's coming with you.
This might not be safe.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought you here.
I live for danger.
This isn't D&D, Freddy. Some of these idols, they mean business.
Do not start dissing D&D. There is literally no better preparation for facing a world of gods and magic. Plus, my initiative is ace.
I made the right choice.
D&D.
I made the right choice. She's perfect.
You did it. You found the nerd.
You have a Hex Girl shirt? That's dope, Lindy.
I want a Hex Girl shirt.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
Not a thing.
Well, tell me about
Do
Hecate.
you know anything about this Hecate?
Hecate.
It's not a name that rings bells.
Hecate?
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of
I've always said
witchcraft, the
Hecate.
really dark kind. Oh. But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
You're amazing.
I'm so glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Aww.
Ah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Huh. Yeah, good point.
Apollo just to ride the wave, shaka bra. And this girl's like, I would never have guessed that.
Top one.
That's true. Some like half the cast is from Critical Role or guest starred in Critical Role, so you're not surprised that it's like decent.
Yeah.
That's very true. That is very very true. Because you got
that makes a
Laura,
lot of sense.
Ashley, you have Mary Elizabeth McGlynn who guest starred, and Erica Ishii who
Wait.
guest starred, Felicia Day who guest starred, Carrie Payton who guest starred.
Laura Bailey had to be like, "Oh, D&D, you're such a nerd."
Yeah, that's so
Pretend
funny.
that she doesn't play.
Yeah. And Anjali Bhamani also is a guest star. So literally, I think the majority of this cast has guest starred on Critical Role, which is hilarious. And honestly, fantastic. Okay.
The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And you know who that is,
Oh,
right?
I forgot about that.
No. Should I?
Vampire.
That's the Minotaur's real name. You know, big
Minotaur
bullhead, horns, lives in
vampire.
a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Why am I not surprised?
Katie, that's gonna be our boy.
What? What?
Our boy is the Minotaur.
What?
iZombie guy, who's also in
Oh!
What?
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
he's in Bly, and he was in
I love him.
the name of the show we just watched, Death and Other Details.
Yeah. I love
him. He's such a good actor.
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Okay.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends? Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Okay. Here we go.
We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
No. Maybe? This is my specialty.
Yeah, because you're good at people.
Yeah.
Meddle in love lives? Sweet Talk, the goddess of witchcraft? Freddy, who are you dealing with?
The master meddler and sweet talker.
Damn straight.
I look forward to seeing you in
Cute.
operation. There's no way at all this could
Cute.
go poorly.
Oh.
Never mind, it went poorly.
Smash? Smash?
Yep. It's going very poorly already. What kind of Fey Wizard Tower is this?
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Mortals
Smash.
within the reliquary. Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
Smash.
Run, Freddy screams. That's a spooky response. Instinct to have her run is very strong right now.
But also, it might be a situation where you have to, like, prove... Kind of like in D&D,
Yeah.
where Ash had that dragon fucking yell at me, and I had to just, like, puff out my chest and be like, fuck you. Do you even know who I am?
Exactly.
I am really sorry if we startled you. My name is Grace. We've never met before, but I'm the new muse.
And I'm Freddy. Big fan.
If I broke a rule, I apologize. Pan didn't mention anything about that, I'm afraid.
You are Grace?
Yep.
And she's just gonna shrink in size. Love this. Yeah, okay, great.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Also, this is my girl.
Just like my bad.
Orpheus dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
Oh. 11 months?
Allegra Clark does something to my soul that I cannot express. I love her voice
Can
so
you
much.
ask? You knew it would happen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious.
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written. Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
An accident? No, that's not what happened.
Are you saying the books are wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So it had to have been definitely meddling from a god
Yep.
to be able
To
to
circumvent.
change, like, fate, essentially.
Literally. Yep. And I thought Hecate was involved, but clearly she's not.
Look, whoever screwed up your magic book, it wasn't me.
Yeah, Grace is already getting blamed for everything.
The books cannot be tampered with. They record what is.
But it isn't.
You will explain. We will both sit and you will explain. There will be tea.
There will be tea. So cute. I love that. There will be tea.
I never thought Hecate would be my favorite character in this game. I love her
I
so
love
much.
her.
This is the vibe of
She
freaky
starts
wizard
as
lady.
big lady.
But also she's like freaky, like I'm gonna eat you, and then like she's like, we will discuss this.
There will be tea.
There will be tea.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Instead of like, okay, well, please sit down and let me get you some tea. It's just like, we will sit, we will talk, there will be tea.
Yeah, just like this is what's gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
the idea of like because everything she perceives is fated, it's like very much of the idea of like I will make statements and not ask questions,
Yeah.
or it's like I know what's to be.
Curious. It is clear something unanticipated has occurred. Something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
You speed that
Is
up.
there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
Moira.
The Moy what?
You might know them as the Fates.
Oh.
They, or any beings of a sufficiently cosmic nature, have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
My Hercules brain is cluing in that Hades had connections to the Fates, but He's supposed
But
to be
I think
dead.
that might have just been
A Hades thing.
for the Hercules
Yeah.
story. That's not necessarily
Of this
lore.
thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't take anything from a
Disney,
Disney movie as fact.
Yeah, for sure. You're right.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery. I am sorry.
Okay, can I meet Asterion? Because I want to meet him.
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion? How strange.
Music.
Oh, are we doing guests? Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Wow, okay. Freddy was right.
I
So
love him so much. This man is so... I love this man so much.
Oh, he's such a little bean.
Yeah.
A big bean.
As if there was any doubt. My old friend, this is Grace. She is our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
I'm here for your love life?
Or Pan sent me.
Pan sent me.
I'm here on behalf of Pan. He owes you a favor? Something to do with...
No, shit, that Pan. Nah, never heard of him.
Asterion, of course you know Pan.
No, no idea what he'd want. No, sir, no favors. Nah, not this Minotaur.
Not this Minotaur. I love
Have
him.
it, Grace. I believe now is the time when you leave.
But there must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. Not this time.
Are you sure about that?
What do you mean this time?
Because I'm not going.
It is written.
Did you hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
Maybe there's another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside.
I
Do you have
think
another plan?
Asterian's in love with Hecate.
Yep.
That's why he freaked out.
I want to use my powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh, a musical number. Do you think this one could be... do you hear what I'm hearing?
Oh, you still here? I had to run the entire... Oh, that's a long way, innit?
I love him.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
Calling Hecate Kate for short
Kate.
is so cute.
It's me!
Yeah. Kate? Why not in front of her?
Why couldn't you... Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Oh, this is so great. I love this.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate.
Oh,
I love that this is the reverse Beauty and the Beast like concept as well, where it's like Minotaur Beast living in the tower falls in love with the girl who's running the tower. It's like, this is so sweet.
Yeah.
I just
love
don't know how to
him.
tell her. Please help me tell her.
He's so cute.
You're really the
Are
Minotaur.
you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead.
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Theseus. But he was a bellend.
Except Theseus, but he was a felon.
He was a felon.
Fuck you, Theseus.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Dude, this game has no right.
That's so funny. He's such a teddy bear. You're right. Also, we need to watch Delicious in Dungeon. I keep hearing people tell me about it, and I want to watch it. It's like next on the list, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Currently watching Psychopaths though, so time.
Yeah.
So why?
Do you really call Hecate Kate? off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
I really had to
Sometimes
ask.
she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
And
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
He's so cute.
This man, I will.
Let me get
I
this straight.
I don't care if I have to reset 100 times. I'm making this man get his happy ending. He deserves it.
I love him.
right, you're in love with Hecate.
That Hecate.
Oh, mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything, and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me, and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. Well, I want to try. Oh, won't you help me?
Yeah.
I love
So why not
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried.
You do
Every
have the
time
words, except
I end up
get out
knocking
for
over a
yourself.
table or killing a cat or talking about how...
Killing a cat.
I paused for that, by the way. Killing a cat.
Sir,
Sometimes meat has
how?
that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
It was a small cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words. Right? Really not good.
Let's see my help.
Okay,
it
so
better.
you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. Please say you'll help me.
I want to ask all these questions. Doesn't
I
seem
don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
Which part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
You heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do.
That's true.
You can only make them say what's in their heart.
Yeah, that's the part I can't do.
What if she turns it
Hecate
down?
might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will. I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, to say it out loud instead of thinking it.
I gotta say also for character design, I love the adjustment for the Minotaur being like kind of short, almost like
Short and stocky.
yeah, he kind of looks like the dwarf of what we perceive Minotaurs as, which I think is great.
Yeah. Like he's not like the triangle chest, broad shoulders,
Muscle
like,
man with-
muscle man.
Yeah, like
He
still
looks like a bull.
yeah, and he still has like the claws with the extra hair. He looks closer like to beast than to an actual Minotaur the way
Yeah.
we've perceived them.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I'll still help you. No matter what she says. I promise.
To be fair, he might have enough. If he might not have full control of his strength, so it could have been an accident. Probably maybe.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear.
Ooh.
Maybe she never thought anyone would ask.
But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
I got this.
Okay. I have an idea.
You do? Well, you do?
You, my bullish friend, are gonna sing your little heart out.
Yay!
Grace always has the best ideas.
I love her.
I'll set up a vibe and you go for it.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do it.
I believe. Let's go.
You cast a spell on me. Not literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be.
I love it.
'Cause
love
you
him.
put a hex on me. You did
I love that he can't
I'm
sing.
not
Struggling.
blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Wait.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
This is so cute.
Oh, I love it.
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
Just say that. Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know
He's talking to me.
in rapture
Ooh, good word.
is your pallid skin. Your lips are so thin. Your love of books.
Asterian, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
Oh, you're doing great. Give it another go.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me.
I love it so much.
But let's say categorically, oh Katie, it's just you and me.
I kind of want to go in for a keep charming her.
I don't know.
Oh, this is tough. You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain. Last time we went against the grain, it didn't work out very well. But I'm gonna trust my instinct.
I cannot hide from my reality. I can't help but think it's best that you
No!
get me. I feel so little joy. My want is to destroy. You will come to resent me.
Aww.
I'm truly fond of you. Yet now it appears that you love me. How can you be so sure? What is my allure? Tears are near certain.
I could never make you cry.
It's not my tears I fear. What if I lose you?
Aww. My fucking heart!
I'm so powerless.
Let me be crystal clear. Do you believe this love of yours shall persevere? Despite all it won't face, it won't disappear. My virtues are few, and if we see this through, the pain that we share may be too severe.
Oh, of course she sings my song better than I do.
Help me.
Freddie, help him?
It's interesting, the notion of Freddie helping. I wonder what the benefit of that is. Maybe because she knows the characters better than you? Like she knows their backstories?
I might regret this choice, but I'm gonna go with Freddie, help him.
Yeah.
Freddie, you gotta step in. Me? Yeah, you're just as qualified as I am.
Hecate, I'd say he's really put himself out there. Now he cannot undo. It's a brave thing to do. Wish I had his daring. I'm saying that I've missed out before. Last chances rushed out that exit door. I could never let my heart be heard. And it's withering. Now I'm reconsidering.
I have always counted on you to speak to me honestly. You're at my beck and call. I've never thanked you at all, and yet you still love me. I let travelers know which way to go, but it bothers me. My own path I forego always seemed apropos. Yet where has this led me?
Maybe one step across the line will weave its own spell in given time.
The thought with which I must contend is, can I love my best friend?
Ooh, you deserve a love story.
Astarion,
Kate?
it seems you've cast a spell on me.
Yay!
You will not regret
Big lady!
Not yet. It is written. You've cast a spell on me. To think I shall have my own story. You cast a spell on me, and we shall write it together. You've cast a spell on me, a tale of romance and glory. You've cast a spell on me, but do we have enough leather? You've cast a spell on me.
Just screaming in the bottom corner, yeah, I did it!
Well, that was diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Astarion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only
You're beautiful.
half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Astarion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
Wasn't it written?
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written?
Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Astarion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
So she knew, but she didn't know that she knew because it was what was told to her. Bro, this mic in my head hurt.
I'm glad to see someone happy, finally.
Yeah.
That would be me.
I am also not displeased by this course of events.
Wow, look at you. Living the wildlife.
Come, Astarion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
Okay.
How long are we supposed to wait? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise.
I just got achievement. What was that? Hold on. That achievement was great. It was called, meant to be. Love blossomed in the unlikeliest of places. That's adorable. I love that.
Aww.
Yeah.
So cute. I love it.
I love it. Oops.
Say, what'd I tell you?
You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
Is everything okay?
Everything's okay, I hope?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so wonderful. Kate just wanted to talk about feelings and that, which, well, neither of us are good at.
Aww.
Right, so, I
Aww.
suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
She did what?
What?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow. Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
Did you ever find
You
Calliope?
chased
That's wild.
Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt, bleeding bad, but I don't know why. I wanted to help her, but she got away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Wait, what?
Huh.
Medusa? Here?
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
Uh-huh. Hadn't
How
really
did you
listened.
know
already
Calliope
injured.
didn't touch
Yeah.
or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
How's
How
Calliope?
could
That's suspicious,
Calliope have
Athena.
been wounded?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Medusa did it. Probably not, though. You know, I never saw Medusa near the reliquary, just out in the fog, so she never even got that close.
So whatever happened to Calliope happened inside the reliquary.
I guess. But we don't have anything that would attack anyone. Especially not an idol.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
Why was
What was Medusa doing here?
She was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she wouldn't say why. I asked.
Seems pretty convenient. Her just out there suddenly.
Yeah, that part's weird. I've never seen her near the reliquary before.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. You know, magic.
Okay.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
That's interesting. How did
Those
Calliope get
alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Calliope did. Someone else could have.
Yeah, but the alarms are just to protect all the books and relics. That's it. Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
What kind of relics are
What
there?
relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one but couldn't find it before.
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I love her.
can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's, well, she's not the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
Aww.
This means Calliope came here the night she died. This
And
is where
Athena
she was
knew.
attacked.
But we don't know by whom.
Well, this is the second time Medusa's name has come up. That can't be a coincidence.
She's super scary, but, you know she works for Athena, right? I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If that's all you need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
Aww.
You okay there, friendo?
Thinking about
Don't
Calliope.
you mean girlfriendo?
I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about Calliope. What happened to her here? Whatever she was trying to do, she probably didn't succeed.
Probably.
She ran from here, dying, maybe straight to our apartment.
Because you were her last hope.
Yeah. What if she hadn't made it? She must have known.
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
I love
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Pan. I hope you're here.
I'll just look to see if I can
don't
touch
know
my
where else to
book
look
somewhere.
for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but
Let me
amongst
go
the
ahead.
trees and the wild things? I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
You use me.
So you used me. All part of your trading favors thing?
Of course. I used you, I used Asterion, you used Asterion, Asterion used you. Is this not the way the world works?
Why not just tell me what you were after?
And risk nosy Hecate somehow digging it out of you. Perish the thought. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
I learned a lot.
It's quite the coincidence. The place you sent me just happens to be the place Calliope was attacked.
That is quite the coincidence. You must be very grateful.
It's almost like you
It's
knew
just
that already.
hard to trust a coincidence that big.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
Not without proof, I think is the way I want to say this. Because this run, we are distrusting of Pan.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with us siding with Freddy early on. So I think the logic now is try to prioritize and making sure that we can keep going with that idea. Like because the issue is I think I want to trust him, but I don't have.
Like
reason.
I would go middle of the road and be like, I'm trying to trust you, buddy.
Yeah.
Rather than being like super like.
Mm-hmm. So this bear does not want to stay on my head. There you go, got it.
I'm trying to, Pan, but you make this really hard.
Yep.
Ah, yes. Doubt. What a fascinating concept, and an excellent reason to hesitate. Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly.
Interesting.
I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
And if I can't accept that? If I find out you're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
Still need his help though at the end of the day.
I love how you can just hate this man with your entire being. Like the game lets you do that.
Yeah. Like if you want to distrust him, the game will say, "Oh yeah, we'll let you distrust him."
If you're still up for trading favors, I could use more help.
Oh, of course you could. If I can make a suggestion, live the high life. Throw caution to the wind.
That's your suggestion?
And why not? It's the same as when I first met you, Grace. You can enjoy being an idol. Simply follow my lead.
Oh, this is the date option.
Oh.
I'm gonna say no thanks because we don't want to date him.
Yeah. You flirted with him once and now he's like, baby.
Yep.
Answer's the
Hubba
same
hubba.
as the first time. No thanks.
Can you blame me for trying? Come, dance with me, Grace. One more time before you,
Before I die? You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
You'll want to find
He
Medusa,
looks so sad.
I suppose.
Yeah, her name keeps coming up.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest. Give her my regards. But do be careful if you call on her grace. Medusa is a hideous monster and should be treated as such.
He actually seemed kind of like remorseful at the end of that.
Yeah.
Like
It went
she was
from-
like, you're just trying to use me until I'm dead, and he like looks down like, oh, maybe that sucks. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think Pan is the person who I would romance on a second playthrough at least. Like, I think in the first playthrough he's not someone that you get right away, but I think he's someone that
Yeah.
you definitely you can like grow to love through a second or third playthrough.
Like,
hey, Corin.
I love him. I also don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
Keep thinking the flowers in the background that scenes are spiders. Yeah, no, I definitely think Pan comes across very distrustful, especially with the way we played so far. Like, there probably were options for us to see a bit more of the Pan that we want to see, but we didn't take those routes. And yeah, I did not see the spiders, so I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I also don't like spiders, so... Yep. I want to go talk to Persephone again and see what she says about everything. It's always good to go back and check the other locations that are not the plot. Hello.
Yeah.
Hot stuff.
Back from your visit to the reliquary?
Maybe.
How did you know I was there?
Athena was ranting about it when I left her. She's none too pleased about you breaking the rules. Let's hope what you learned was worth it.
Yeah, especially because Athena knew
Medusa
this
was at the
information.
reliquary that night. You don't intend to confront her directly, do you?
You think I shouldn't?
You think I shouldn't? How else will I find out why she was there?
There's always a way, Grace. Asking someone directly isn't the only method. Still, while I hate to say it, confronting Medusa may be your best option.
You could come with me when I talk to her.
Trust me, if I'm anywhere within a mile, she'll have vanished by the time you so much as knock on her door. Just lie to me and say you'll be careful. Then, unless you've something else to ask.
No, not really. I'll see you later, Persephone.
I appreciated that she's like, just lie to me and say you'll be careful. That's such a good...
Yeah, that's a great line.
The like, there are just so many like one-off lines in this that are just so fucking good. Oh, I want to read my journal again because we've gotten a lot of content now.
Oh, that's a lot.
Well, we've added Minotaur. Okay.
The baby boy.
Half man, half bull, but not really the monster all of all the stories talked about. Actually, I take that back. He's not a monster at all. He's adorable, awkward, stuttering pile of man pudding who's hopelessly in love with Hecate.
Man pudding!
And he's desperate for my help to hook them up. It wasn't all that hard, honestly. I think Hecate was lonely too, and in the end, she seemed happy to accept Astarion's hand once she was assured his love for her was real. And it is. I think it really is. The two of them are ridiculously cute and weird together. Okay. I need to read, so forgive me. Pan said that Hecate, goddess of black magic, might be of help in my search, and he was wrong. Very wrong. What he didn't say was why. She's a giant librarian witch goddess sworn to secrecy about everything related to her extra-dimensional tower fortress thing. Sounds weird. That's because it is. And she is, but she's also kind of earnest and cool too. She knows the future, but will do whatever's supposed to happen because it's supposed to happen. I'll never wrap my head around that. She wasn't going to break her oath to Athena at any rate, so I had to go along with Astarion's crazy plan to woo her with a song. I'll admit, I'm still surprised she went along with it. My power doesn't make anyone do anything they don't want to, so I guess deep down she wanted love as much as Astarion did. I suppose her book tells her how the relationship turns out in the end, but it doesn't look like it matters to her much. I hope this means she can be happy, for at least for a while. Dude, I want them to just be so happy for so long. Oh, that's Medusa. That is... Smash? Smash. Now this is interesting. Once Aphrodite's party was over, I spoke to her in Eros about, and guess who was brought up as my suspect? Medusa. You know, the monster with the snake hair who turns people to stone? Even I've heard of her. Seems Medusa is alive and well, and works for Athena as some kind of watcher. What is that? Like a security guard? A spy? Aphrodite said she's suspicious as hell, and worth looking into. Provided I can find her. Medusa's name came up yet again. Assyrian told me she was at the reliquary the night Calliope died, and that's also where she was attacked. He didn't seem to think Medusa did it, because Medusa never got inside the reliquary, and that's where the attack happened, as far as he knows. But her presence there can't be a coincidence. Medusa either did it, or she knows something important about what happened. Venus and the end of the keep trying to stay alive, still not sure how. I hope it was the right thing to do, and I hope that Venus can forgive me for taking this opportunity away from her. If that's the way she even saw it. Something tells me she's okay with it, and she'll be there to help Aphrodite get through whatever comes next. Okay, cool.
Wait, did you know there's DLC for this game coming out soon?
Yes, I told you at the beginning of the first
I
last
forgot.
episode. Yeah.
Because I just saw on Twitter.
Orpheus.
Someone. Wait. Do you have the DLC isn't out yet?
No,
right?
it's not out yet. It's another story though, and apparently, it involves Orpheus, but also these were the people that I told you. The reason I found this game was because they announced Orpheus, but the reason that caught my attention was she was subtly telling you the name of the DLC and implying when it was going to be released, like through the background images. She had written the word Orpheus through like a letter on her shirt, the O of a ring light. Like she wrote the word Orpheus in the background of several videos in a row, trying to see if anyone would pick up on it, and she talked about it, and I was sitting there like, yo, either we're stupid or someone's a genius and it got spoiled and that until she had to start talking about it, and I don't know which.
Well, I just found a tweet where they're giving out stream keys, so I'm just gonna send you that stream key, or send you that tweet.
Very
so you could get in the comments. Literally as we're playing their game, just hey, I'm currently streaming your game. I'd love a key for this.
I'm literally gonna say, hey, I'm currently streaming this. Like flawless
Would love a key.
Perfection of a game.
Although I don't know if this is the company that makes it, or if it's just a random Twitter.
I can find out really quickly. They do not make them.
So it's just a Twitter that has some keys.
Yeah, it was published by Humble Games actually, and was developed by Summerfall Studios. Yeah.
Sorry to derail. I just saw that and was like, oh, throw your hat in the ring.
I did. There you go. I've been responsible. Okay. Paul said these things are saying all the time, but feels like he owes her. In the end, I did what I was asking if it's effort to hold on to keep fighting. You should have seen him when she said she'd try. I thought he was going to collapse in tears right on the spot. I hope I did the right thing. Pen. I don't remember. I might come back to reading all this. There's a lot of.
Yeah,
like, obviously the new stuff is very obvious, but but now it's like, okay, I don't know what's happening. So I think we're gonna when we go to like Act 3 or like when we're getting into the end of the plot, I think it's gonna be important to like reread and just remind ourselves everything that happened. Let's go back to Medusa's lair and let's go. The plot thickens.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Yay!
Oh, there you are. Man, this place is the worst. I think.
What? You're not supposed to be here.
She brought a mace. I don't think that's what I meant when I said bring some mace.
Someone peed on me.
Oh, and someone peed on me.
What are you doing here?
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
I adore you.
Aw.
Please tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great personal peril? What else would you call that?
You're such a dork. I adore you.
Good, because I'm not about to let you wander in there without backup. Who knows? Maybe the stuff I know about Medusa might actually apply. Well, that'd be a switch.
Did you bring a mirror?
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know she was human once, right? And she was cursed?
Yep.
Apollo mentioned it, yeah.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But doesn't she work for Athena?
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
Medusa's a monster, though.
She was once human, but she's definitely a monster, right?
Yeah, one of the worst. But you know, so was the Minotaur.
Asterion said she was scary.
Minotaur, he's more like a Manitor, if you ask me.
I have a feeling she's not like him.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say. Though some of the stories also say that she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
I think
And
that
Athena
might
just
come into play here.
follows the rules, right?
Yeah.
Do you think she actually turns people to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit. Or a really, really long one.
I love
I'm
that.
serious.
Perseus used a mirror to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
You think that would work?
Unless you brought a mirror, Grace, it's all you got.
Okay, let's do
Okay,
this.
enough talking. Time to do this.
This is gonna go horribly
You
wrong.
have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe. You're here to help?
Always.
Then I have a plan.
Oh. This requires my brain. Oh, I do not think I would have to use my brain here. Are we gonna distract, find another entrance, or confront? I don't think we confront.
Well, see, here's my thought is I was thinking, and you might have to restart this engagement, but my thought was confronting makes the most sense because you are charming.
Oh.
Like you picked the social, like, charming character.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I trust you. Let's go. I think that's a good call. Let's
Don't
do it.
trust me!
I like that. I like that logic.
I don't like trust. I'm scared. What if I'm wrong?
Grace, you're not... of course you are.
Hi there.
Fly business is closed. Private party.
You should let me in. Medusa will want to see me.
Uh-huh. And why would that be?
Because I'm the muse. And I'm willing to bet Medusa makes exceptions for idols.
Go on in. I'll send word to the boss you've arrived.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, that was easy.
And she's
Didn't even
gonna
have to
get
use our special green options.
Yeah.
And Freddy just waits outside.
What is happening?
Oh, is this like a drug den?
Such a long day, dreaming of tonight, this sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the muse. There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right. I'm really gonna
I hate her teeth.
myself tonight.
Before
you start the show, Pan said to say hello. That's what he said to say.
Well, any friend of Pan's is a friend of Pan's.
Okay. I hate to interrupt your flow.
Ooh.
There's just some things
Ooh, this song's a bop.
I need to know. I wish there was another way.
Yes, you do. Now, look into me. Your body goes freely every time I see its tendons turning jelly as it renders. Can you say that once again? I missed it. You really want to sing, but your silly mouth won't do a thing. It's meant to work that way. I call it the preparation. Yes, I could make you stone, but then my dinner's blown. That's why I've got this other way.
The ear sponsor was already go, okay, fine, let's do this. Like, you screw it? Or do we try to double down on the green and hope this works?
I feel like we should at least do one run through of the song trying to get her on our good side and not just fight her, and then fight her. If it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because I'm still holding out hope that she's kind of like misunderstood and not just like evil, but she feels a little evil.
Yeah. Okay.
Look into me. Oh, she's looking away. Hey, look into me.
Saw hunger with no end. You lost Medusa. Unless you find a friend.
What I
can be a friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Make her hate Athena.
Whoa. That'd shift.
Athena made you like this.
She was mad at me. So,
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
I think we could do this. I think we could do this.
Yeah.
Listen, Medusa.
Like converting her
Yeah.
to your side.
She hides you in shame, but she uses you all the same. You could live another way. If I was treated like you, I'd be a monster too.
That's kind to say, but you could never be a creature like me. You didn't kill
Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do know. You know, does that mean Athena knows?
No. Okay. It's dinner time. You're not gonna watch?
This song is so good.
Just like fate made you, fate played me. Just like I won't see what your eyes see when you look at me.
You think that will hurt me, child? You have not done your homework.
You'd say Act 2 is bang after bang, but the whole game is bang after bang. Yeah, this whole game is fucking fantastic. I
Yeah.
love every second of it. I'm obsessed.
I don't know if any song is gonna be better than the one we had for Aphrodite,
Yeah,
but
Aphrodite
they're
song
all
is,
good.
I think, my
I'm
favorite.
really excited to do like a full run through of just aggressive Grace because I
Yeah.
think those songs are all gonna be fucking bangers.
Yeah, I really want to. I really want to try. God, I don't know how much of this game I'm allowed to play on stream, because I really expect people to get bored of it after a while because I've already seen the ending. But I really want to do at least 2 more run throughs. So.
Oh, sorry, just trying to get your attention. Yeah, I've been watching, and I'm willing to bet you can't turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off.
It's okay,
Hey,
Freddy.
stand down, Freddy. Let's give Medusa some space.
Yeah, okay. I'm watching her, though.
I love Freddy.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine. Fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
I love Anjali so much. She's so good. Okay. Why were you at the reliquary?
You were at the reliquary the night Calliope was murdered. I want to know why.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
Interesting that she didn't tell Athena that she was there.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that one. I think I want to start with why were you
Yeah.
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you find out
Did
why?
you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
Let me guess, that made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
Okay.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
He killed Hecate's cat by accident, but this still seems hard to believe.
Yes, I had only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me.
And you didn't
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
No, I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
It's interesting that she is so subservient to Athena. Like, the only reason she has any.
She's scared of her.
Yeah, like afraid of. Like, it's very weird. She's more than afraid of Athena. Yeah.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right, and not.
That was the most Symmetra line out of all of them.
Yeah.
I am telling
I
you
just
the
keep
truth.
expecting like greetings.
Greetings. Anjali Bhimani is so good at like very specific voices, and this is definitely one in her repertoire I did not expect, but I'm loving it.
Not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
I love her.
Well, what of Pan? The only reason I knew Calliope was going to the reliquary is because he informed me.
So much for never lying to me.
What were the odds, honestly?
Let's put a pin in that for the moment, shall we?
I am a monster. It's true, I do not deny it. It's still, I did not kill the muse.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Yeah, I don't want to tell Athena.
Indiscretion, huh? It's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth... I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And sing a different song.
I love how whenever she's talking about someone, she uses adjectives. Like the pretty muse, the sharp and prickly Persephone.
Yeah.
Like
Lady Athena.
Well, hers for Athena, it's respect. Like she has to say Lady Athena because she's like fucking terrified. But everyone else, it's like they get adjectives, and I love that. That's a really nice like feature.
I was gonna say, in of itself, calling her Lady Athena is an adjective. She's describing her akin to royalty. So
Yeah, but we've seen that before with Venus and Aphrodite.
True.
So like I don't
That's
think
true.
that's
I forgot
unique.
you called her Lady Aphrodite. You're right.
Yeah, I think it's just a sign of respect here.
Yeah. Channeled your inner Perseus and defeated the Gorgon.
He knew. Right from the start, Pan knew Calliope was there that night.
Yeah, and who could have foreseen that he was lying to you the entire time?
I love her.
Making
I
you
ask
run
you,
around
a mystery.
doing
Even the
all
Oracle
this.
couldn't have penetrated.
Okay, you're right.
Yes, fine. You were right, Freddy. As always.
See, was that so hard?
I love
Anyhow,
her.
you probably have a few questions for Mr. Goatman. I'll see you at home.
Would you really have tried to burn Medusa's face off? With an aerosol can?
Hell yeah! One hint of googly eyes and...
What would I do without you?
They're so cute.
You'll never need
I
to
love
answer
them.
that question.
Oh, they're so gay. I love it. They're so gay. I love it. Oh,
I
so,
love the
I'm so glad we
gay!
chose to play this game for Pride.
Happy Pride!
So what's Pan's play game in all this? What are you doing? Why do you care?
Oh, if it isn't
Why do you know everything before everything else
the
happens?
lovely Grace?
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked. I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged
playing
you
with
in the
half
right
truths, and I hate it because it's smart, but also I don't like it. And lied about why. What aren't you telling me?
So you were what? Just trying to be helpful? You still aren't telling me something.
What possible reason would I have to?
Tell me, right now.
Medusa learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her.
I know that.
Now, before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently...
You sold her out.
Sold her out? She came to you for help, and you gave her whereabouts to the highest bidder.
I am trying to help, Grace. In my way.
What do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
The way where I don't take all the blame.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Now I'm wondering if he's, as you were right, an Alistair's situation has made a pact he can't get out of.
Oh, interesting.
Because then, otherwise, he'd be. It seems like he wants to say more, but he can't. Indeed, big indeed. Hey, girlie, how you doing? I missed you. Oh.
Oh.
Hi, Grace. I can just.
What the fuck are you doing in my house?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
You know Freddy?
What, you and Freddy are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you. Freddy has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Not yet.
Fuck. I should have gone to Persephone first. I'm boned. I'm so boned.
Well, I assume that this is probably a situation where you can be like,
hi,
I'm actually
Grace.
not free.
I can just call you Grace, right?
We're hoping. Okay.
Hopefully.
That's my name.
I still love that fridge
Where's
says fridge on
Freddy?
it.
She went out to
I
get
want my
snacks.
fridge to say fridge on it.
We were gonna watch TV
Just so
while we
just
waited,
in case I forget.
but, well, here you are.
What, you and Freddy are friends
gosh.
now? When did this happen?
It's too hot in here.
When I came looking for you. Freddy has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Do I have a
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
We know
She
that.
doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs.
But we know she left.
And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world.
Yeah,
It's
well,
everywhere.
I don't think
So
that Hecate's
She just-
domain is in the mortal world.
True, it's not. But the implication was she'd have to go through the mortal world to get access to the door, which brought you to the place where Hecate's domain was, unless there's some sort of warp from Olympus.
Maybe.
Never
And they
leaves the
also
building?
did come to the mortal world, like, to inspect the crime scene.
Yes.
But I think the implication is more that she doesn't leave in terms of, like, she's a homebody, rather than, like,
Yeah.
she has never left. It's she doesn't leave. Like, I don't leave my house, but that doesn't mean that I haven't ever left my house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. You're right. Okay.
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Yeah. Is this what you do?
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the
Expert at TikTok transitions. Just boom, new character, boom, new character.
Also, the god of transitions being non-binary.
Oh, that's so good.
Love
I
that.
didn't think of
Very
that.
cute.
You're right.
transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
And they just said so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I just made the reference, and then they made the reference.
Yeah, that's true.
I can
Happy
connect
Pride.
any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
Wait. They could have been a way for someone to sneak into the reliquary.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I'm still on Team Athena did it personally.
I feel like Athena's involved.
Yes.
For sure.
Yep.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
That's cute.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
This character's so cute.
Isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
Fuck. You have to go. Shit.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off.
We can't
Do your thing.
backpedal
Take me
more.
to
No,
Olympus.
I went to the main menu and sent me back here.
You made a mistake.
When you see Freddy, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie.
Thunderstorm, holy shit. Did you hear that? Did that come through my mic?
No. No.
God, it is pouring again.
It windy.
Holy shit. That was loud. Okay.
Mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
Is this Act 3? What?
Another trait? Another trait?
Oh.
How have we been playing this? We haven't used any clever options. We've just done kick-ass and charming.
We've done one or two clever options, but we definitely lean kick-ass and charming.
Yeah. So I think kick-ass makes sense.
Fuck, is this like mid-act 2? Did we get the third one by fucking Act 3? Is that it? God, this game is so good! I'm so excited!
It's really good.
Here we go.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like this bitch at all, you can tell.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
Deal with it. Yeah,
I have to
prove my
win.
innocence.
Am I not supposed to be proving my innocence? Would you prefer I did nothing?
I'd prefer you didn't break any other rules in the meantime.
Such as? Do you have a list I can read, or do you just make them up as you go?
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end.
But you also know I didn't do it.
I'm sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Oh, like you care about Medusa?
Oh shit.
You don't care? Oh fuck the now that I have these options, it's like I want to do it so badly.
I feel like that is a little hasty though.
Yeah. Where has that gotten them?
Yeah.
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
That's very valid.
I think that was better than being like, you don't care.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether.
You killed him. Any money.
Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered, and by one of our own. The list goes on.
So you added to it. Oof.
It's so fucking free. The little shit in me wants to hit the funny button.
I want to do it.
Am I doing it? Am I allowed to do it?
I want to do it. I want to do it.
As Sherry said, Grace has changed since the beginning of the story. That's very true. Oh, you're right. So we can be more aggressive. We're stronger. We're more powerful now.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Why they said you've changed.
Yep.
And then you get a new trait immediately.
Yeah.
Add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace.
Yes,
I don't
and
mean
you're not helping.
diminishing or drifting apart. I mean, our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
I'm sorry.
You feel responsible, don't you? For everything.
I am responsible. Aphrodite wallows in her pain, Apollo in his regrets, and Persephone in her bitterness. Every other idol of power is gone.
So there's only you. You have to shoulder the burden for everyone, like it or not.
But we've already gotten Aphrodite to face her pain. Persephone, we're working on, and Apollo is, well, I chose Persephone, so we'll work on him later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Athena. I had no idea.
They won't thank me for it. I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Tell me
What
about
do you
Pan.
know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it...
Maybe.
Thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Let's discuss Medusa.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Can you uncurse her?
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do exactly?
Stop using
How
her.
about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know.
Diet
If there isn't anything else?
Time to turn.
Yeah,
time to make.
She definitely has Karen energy.
Yeah, and also very much so, like, the idea of Medusa being a vegan is very strong in my head now.
Who has access to the
Meh.
reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
Wait. Hold on. There's a big brain here. Because if she knows that Pan gave Calliope the key,
That admits that
then,
she was there.
Then that gets us information. But also, if we say that, we can get a rise out of her because she does know that Calliope was there.
Yeah. I like it. Big brain, let's do
The
it.
same person gave it to me, who gave it to Calliope.
And who gave it to Calliope then? I see.
Yes! So you went to the reliquary,
Speaking
right?
of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once
She didn't
Hecate
give us
told you what
any
happened?
info on that.
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace.
I can't tell. It feels like every time I look at her in this position, it feels like the camera is slowly moving towards her and showing this power that she has. Like she's getting bigger. It's really weird, and I kind of love it.
I don't know if that's happening.
It is.
Is it?
It is. It was.
I can't tell.
I guess I'll get back to
That's called subtle camera work, and that's fucking amazing.
my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Kill you. That's
Will
the
you?
result.
Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
Cookie.
No
Cookie.
cookies. No cookies. Remember, she's gonna poison us. She's poisoning us with the cookies.
I want.
Don't take it personally, Grace. Athena's first instinct is to follow the rules whenever things get rough. As if she believes that if the idols don't blindly follow every rule to the letter, we'll dissolve into utter chaos.
Well, is she right?
Probably.
Are the idols really
Do you
dead?
think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
I'm not sure. If it is true, why hasn't she told the rest of the chorus?
It sounds like she doesn't trust you.
Well, the feeling is mutual. At any rate, I'm afraid we're going to have to disappoint her again.
Good.
Uh-oh. What now?
You need to go back to the reliquary, Grace.
Yay! Breaking the rules.
Wait, why can't I say I better know why? Why?
Maybe it's supposed to be a clever thing, but
Oh, because we haven't put
they
it together.
fucked it up.
Well, we haven't put it together yet. To do what?
What for? Is there something I need to ask Hecate?
The one thing we do not yet know is why Calliope went to the reliquary in the first place.
Right.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
We can't ask Calliope what her plan was. But you might be able to remember what she was doing there.
Her memories? But I thought...
That it will take years, yes. But if you go somewhere important to Calliope, or touch something special to her, you'll get flashes, feelings.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Yes.
I'm willing to wager the place Calliope met her fate has left its mark in Grace's psyche. We have only to uncover it.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Last time Freddie and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
I'm certainly not suggesting we ask Athena for permission.
Then you mean...
A week ago, I would have said breaking into the reliquary was impossible. Yet it appears Hecate can be surprised. If her book says she will be.
Let's hope the book says that again, I guess.
Unless you've some other plan. I'm all ears, as they say.
The reliquary has alarms.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Good point.
Then they discover you and we apologize profusely.
Will not be a good look, though, just saying.
I love that. We were just apologized profusely and then...
Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
I do know something about how memories work after the transition, but no, I'm not certain. You want certainty? Wait until your trial. Without discovering more, the outcome of that is certain.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, my, you're just full of ideas, aren't you? Do you have any suggestions regarding how we might go about doing that?
Deja vu it is.
I love Freddy. Okay, there's no other way?
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
That's because we are desperate, Grace.
And we're about to go into Act 3, which means desperation is the key to progressing the plot forward.
Either we take this shot at learning the truth, or we overthrow Athena and the chorus by force, and disregard this stupid trial.
She's joking, right? She's joking, right?
Okay, what would I be looking
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of who attacked Calliope, or why she was there. Anything we could work with.
for? Makes sense.
I've spoken to almost all the idols, and every single one says they hadn't seen or heard from her. If she was keeping to herself, then why now? What started this? We're missing something important, Grace.
Weird thought. What if I'm what's important? Like, because she did all this after she met me.
Well, yeah, like that's why I think Calliope saw something in you, very specific, and I don't know what that could possibly be. But she very specifically wanted you for some reason.
I think we're more important in the story than I think I am.
Yeah.
Which is
No,
interesting.
I would agree with that.
There's something more going on.
What if Grace goes there and the memory she sees is that she attacked Calliope? A Grace from the future.
I love Freddy. She's so good. Okay, let's do this.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go in with you. Hecate would sense me right away. I will, however, stay close by. Now that doesn't mean you should take stupid risks. Don't be a fool, Grace.
That's Grace.
Why not? My life's on the line either way.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
Ah, this will not end well. I know it.
I really like Persephone.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just
so we can choose to either just have Freddy distract Hecate, be honest with Hecate, or sneak in the back way.
Ooh,
we know the back way exists because of Manitor.
This is tough because my instinct immediately was to be honest, but Hecate is less emotional than the other characters in this story. And
I haven't.
She was open to some emotions, obviously, because like we did a whole love story with her. But also, she might just be like, "No, it is not written. Go away." What was your thought?
The same thing, basically. Like, I want to be honest with her as well. I think getting an ally of Hecate is not a bad thing, especially now that we've introduced this romance to her. I think getting Freddy...
I'm just nervous that it won't work.
I think Freddy distracting her feels very, like... I hate to put it this way, but, like, the red route, when we start on the red route, I very much feel like Chloe Price vibes with that general sentiment. I want to do things like Freddy distracting Hecate and do distractions and be coy and clever and smart, but also being a little punk rock in it. But, like, I think this run, because of our choices so far, my instinct still says be honest, and if not be honest, sneak in.
I either want to be honest or sneak in. I don't want to have Freddy distract, especially because Freddy being here was the problem all along that Athena was mad about.
Yeah. My instinct is to be honest. I want to trust that instinct because that's what, like, my instinct hasn't led me astray in this run so far. So. And
that's what we're kind of trying for as well. Is like we did the same thing with MEDUSA where we were honest and
we got more. I think we got more on MEDUSA than, because like we found out stuff from MEDUSA. Like the game almost expected us to have killed MEDUSA at that point, but we got more on MEDUSA than we thought we would. When Pan told us stuff we already knew. When we pressured him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So I'm gonna run it. Yeah, let's be honest. Let's go. 1 second. We're just gonna and do one of those. Cheers. Okay.
Ah, so that is now. Oh, you were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
That is so cool. I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
I like it. I like it. That's already in our favor.
What was wrong?
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come.
Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now? Didn't I make you and the Minotaur, well, happier? You did. It is pleasant. Isn't that worth anything? This was true when you were here last, and yet I still considered my duty paramount.
I guess it can't be that pleasant.
My happiness is irrelevant. I am grateful for all you have done, but my purpose here cannot be so easily cast aside.
I can hear me too, and it's making my heart scream. Don't you want the truth? I think is the right way to go about this.
Yeah, she's a truth seeker.
Yeah.
I don't know why Calliope was here, or what she did. That is correct. Don't you want to? Aren't you the least bit curious?
You could say it's your duty to find out, at least so it doesn't happen again, right?
That is an argument not entirely without merit.
Huh. Let me go.
Then let me try. I'll accept whatever conditions you want, Hecate. I'm begging you.
Yeah.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not touch. The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous. Got it.
Whoa, this is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, Grace. What the heck do you do now?
Literally what I was saying. God damn, okay.
Of all the times to not have Freddy around, she'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start? Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be a fucking banger of a song, isn't it? Racing after Calliope through a
Get to
maze.
sing with Calliope again?
Yeah, please. What does she want from this place?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Okay, but why and what for?
I guess just go through all of them, right?
Yeah, I guess let's start with the egg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it?
My instinct is that it's the mirror. I don't know why.
I mean, you can jump ahead if you want.
Is this
Sure.
an armory, too?
Hmm.
Freddy, are you out there? Can you hear me? What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am. They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing.
I love that. Now, the mirror just became an option now. The mirror wasn't there before. The statue's the bottom one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what language that is.
Was that Icarus's wings?
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both.
Both of us have bards that have musical instruments that are also weapons. Full fucking Ruby style, and I love it.
What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right? Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
It should be, in theory. But now we know the mirror.
This is it. Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she...
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean anything. I didn't even touch it, honest.
So I guess we know who killed.
Who are these?
Okay, then.
Uh-oh. 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 What kind of weeping angel bullshit is this? I hate it.
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Are they not real? Are they not people? Go, 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 go.
I'm so confused and scared.
Oh. Grace?
That one's Freddy.
Yep.
Freddy! We've got to run. My powers don't work on them. They just keep coming.
Persephone?
Somebody help! Don't be a hero, Freddy. Don't be a hero!
No, 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 no.
No, I won't let you.
Bruh. The fuck? Why would you do that?
She knew something. She recognized what they were.
How would she? Why do they have the same hat as her? I'm so confused.
Because she's the lore girl, so I think she figured something. She knows something that we don't know, and that's why she did that. She realized something. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Oh god. Oh god, Freddy.
By the gods. You summoned the Furies.
What?
What?
Those beings were the Furies. Beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Huh.
I don't care what brought them.
Yeah.
They killed Freddy. You need to help her.
I have no power over life and death, Grace. None of us have that. This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted.
That's why
but
she
now is when you
erected it.
leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
No, I'm not leaving Freddy. Not like this. All this magic. There has to be something. Don't tell me there's no way to undo this.
Come. There's nothing more to be done.
Hold on. Stop. the thing that's weird to me on top of all that is she said they don't stop until retribution has been done. How is killing Freddy retribution?
Like, for what?
Like, that gives me two places to pause. One being, why were they chasing Grace if they wanted to kill Freddy? How did Freddy know that that would be retribution? You know what I mean? Like, if she knew that they would stop after killing her, she also should know that killing Freddy was enough to stop them. So,
yeah.
Does she have something to do with all this?
Or is it go an extra layer deep, and that there is a... Because it said the Fates would have sent the Furies. And if the Fates are in someone's pocket, they were just instructed to kill someone, and they... Maybe the Furies aren't as... Because they didn't respond to her power, which means they didn't have effectively either a heart or a soul. I'm not sure exactly what we're affecting. Depends where you perceive where music comes from, I guess. But that would mean that they may not have necessarily the cognitive perception to be able to determine one body from another. But that would mean the Furies are way weaker than...
I don't like that notion, because of what Hecate said. Hecate is very specific in the way she speaks. She says they don't stop until retribution has been done. Not just that they don't stop until they've killed something, or they don't stop until their blades are wet, you know.
Well,
like, they think that killing Freddy was retribution for whatever was done.
But then, I got another layer deep. What was the retribution for? And then why was there also retribution required for Calliope?
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm questioning a lot of things, because in my mind, if the Fates had been like, kill Grace, killing Freddy wouldn't have stopped them.
Yeah.
They would have just killed Grace too.
But
so that's why now all of a sudden I'm wondering if Freddy had something to do with this and knew about it all along. She was very quick to accept things, and Pan showed himself to her right at the beginning when we weren't supposed to tell humans. But Pan was just like, oh, it's fine. I can show myself to her.
You told her
but
already.
But Pan has been keeping secrets for us. Yeah, Pan has been keeping secrets. Maybe he knew that Freddy knew about this shit all along.
There might be more to this for sure. Also, another layer to this.
I'm not saying that Freddy did anything wrong. I'm just saying that, like, I think she might be more involved than we think. But anyway, go ahead.
I was also going to say, I think there might also be another layer to this as well, where it's Lindy actually brought up something interesting in chat, where it's like the idea of like maybe self-sacrifice is another route that appeases the Furies.
Maybe, like, retribution, like, this is punishment enough for whatever Grace did.
Yeah.
Actually, but, like, Grace didn't do anything. Maybe the Furies were coming because of something Calliope did.
Mm-hmm.
And because Grace and Calliope are one, then, like, killing Grace's friend is punishment enough for whatever Calliope did, because now they're one person.
Mm-hmm.
I guess? Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of questions. I feel like we know way less about what's going on now.
Yeah. It's good that I have Freddy at my side during all this. I tend to go to MEDUSA alone, but of course Freddy should have all kid up and be thankful for what she's not taking the idols seriously enough. This can't be happening, Freddy. She's gone. I knew you shouldn't have let her come with me, but I didn't think she could die. Freddy sacrificed her life for me. She stopped the Furies from killing me, and it's my fault she's dead. What am I going to do now? Okay, I was wondering if maybe the journal might have offered some more interesting details.
Oh my god.
Just like me, she was attacked by the Furies, not idols, but embodiments of retribution. They enforced the idols' ancient laws. The kind that Zeus used to command, which surely died with him. Unlike me, the Furies must have stabbed Calliope before she ran away. What that doesn't tell me is why she needed to contact the Fates so badly. It also doesn't tell me who sent the Furies after her in the first place, and then also me. According to Hecate, none of the idols have that kind of power. Considering the price we paid, I really wish we'd learned more. I have no idea. And that's Act 3. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to probably call it. And then...
What?
Well, it's already 8.
No, we're supposed to stream all night and finish it.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's good. But yes, we can come back with this next week.
Extra stream tomorrow?
No, I shouldn't. I need to do other things besides stream. Something is I mean, unless y'all subscribe, you know, eventually we could do more streams, but for now I have to be responsible and try to advertise myself elsewhere. So yep. But I really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate all you watching on YouTube because you're helping the old watch hours, and that's good so we can get some custom emotes for the old YouTube group. But that being said, thank you so much to everyone who hung out. I really appreciate it. This game is fantastic, and I love the response to it that y'all have been doing. You're very interested in it, and that means the world to me because this game is sick, and I want to keep playing it. I guess that's it. Thank you. Have a good day. See y'all real soon. Oh, and also do the algorithm things because that's usually good for content creators, I think. I'm not good at asking for doing this kind of thing, but you know, do it.
Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll do it for you.
Good night. And on Twitch, we're gonna go